What is going on, guys? I'm back in with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at the Tagy X08 earphones. Now, one of the issues I find, especially when it comes to smaller budget brand type earphones or companies, is they always try to do something that's always going to try and make them stand out as compared to the bigger companies, right? Because obviously price is everything. Quality plays a big factor into decision making when it comes to buying products, or it's the rule of life in general, right? So these earphones, they're pretty good. The build quality is not the best, but they have some interesting features that I was really impressed by. But before I get into that, if you're new to the channel, just make sure you subscribe just so you can stay tuned for more videos like this. So these earphones, they're first and foremost budget earphones. They're not going to be the best looking. They're not going to be maybe even the most quality built headphones. But they at least do try and do some things that make them stand out in comparison to other earphones, or even a way to just give a vision of what their brand is going to look like in the future. So first things first, the first thing you're going to notice when using these earphones is going to be the LED display at the front. Now, how useful it is going to be the type of person that you are. It's going to be dependent on really like if this type of thing matters to you. To most people, it's going to be a gimmick. You just going to see the battery life anyways on your phone. But sometimes it is handy. It's useful. You just look at the headphones case, be able to tell what percentage the earphones are, and in the long run, is it really a gimmick? I don't know. Sometimes I did find it very useful, at least for my personal use. But for most people, I don't know if they're gonna like that or if it's going to be anything useful. At the moment, it is a little gimmicky looking, like it's not the best display, and it only shows battery life, and it's not really going to be anything that's extravagant looking. But it's just something at least they put out there just to try and make it stand out. Now, the most impressive thing about these earphones is not the battery life. The battery life is about standard, so it's going to last you 6 hours on a single play, which is okay. But in total, it's going to be 60 plus, depending on the type of person that you are. With the case, if you're really prudent, then you can really stretch this out like the whole day, or way beyond if you want to. These earphones are also wireless charge capable. Now, I didn't know that initially when I first got them. So recently I found that out, and it's really a feature that if you're not someone that likes to have cables laying around, like I have one too many cables, so for me it's really simple to just pull out a USB-C cable and just charge whatever I need to. If you're not someone who's a fan of that, it can tend to get annoying having to cable manage a lot for devices. Well, this you can use it for wireless charging, which is pretty awesome. And I wasn't expecting that, not only because of the budget, but also because of the look. Like if you look at this, like the build quality for the case at least, it doesn't look like it's made of metal or anything that looks like it's mag capable, which is was my thinking initially, was like only maybe magnetic type earphones, and even just metallic cases would be more prone to easily be used for wireless charge. But you can use this, which is pretty impressive in my books. Like comparing what you can get to other earphones cases, this is really cool. And the most important part for any earphones, right? No matter which earphones you're using, regardless of what brand, what company, what budget, the most important thing is always going to be quality, at least for me, and comfort. But uh, the most important thing is always going to be the sound quality, at least for me, and then followed by comfort. But the sound quality, I was actually pretty impressed by, in the fact that I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting it to sound the way it did, which it sounded really good. And at times, like I was getting a little confused. I thought I was using like my actual like big brand type earphones, but this is actually competitive. Like the sound quality is one that made me rethink a little bit. Where it's like, okay, what's the market like for earphones right now? Like, is there really a competitive edge that other earphone makers have, like in terms of sound quality, or is the threshold gone so close between companies where it's like it's hard to tell unless you have like a plethora of earphones just laying around, which you can test between. So these the sound quality is good. Like if it's a pair of earphones where like if you just wanted to quickly grab them off the shelf and use them, they'll do you just good. It's also IPX5 water resistant. And honestly, when it comes to comfort as well, they stick on pretty well, and they didn't fall off anytime I even went to the gym or even just went out for any ordinary activity, for a walk or whatever. I didn't find any trouble like trying to keep them on, which is one of my biggest pet peeves about in-ear type earphones, which has always been something I despise. Is like when you get headphones that just cannot stay in. So it's like, bruh, if you can't stay in, what use do I have for you, you know? So with these, they're also touch capacitive, and touch capacitive, this one I always leave it down to personal preference, because you'll find people that like it, and then you'll find people that like actual buttons. So this one, it's knowing that it's touch capacitive, that's going to come down to your opinion if it's something that you would use or would want to use. But for me, I really don't mind it at this point. It feels like that's the trend. That's where a lot of companies are going. You know, it minimizes the space, and also makes it lighter, because the actual buttons, you have to put some hardware in there, you know, for them to click and respond, whatever. But with such capacitive, it makes them a little lighter and just a little more easier to use. But that all comes down to personal preference, which at the end of the day is going to be your choice. So for me, the bottom line of these headphones is very impressive, really good. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the build quality, but that may be something that not a lot of people really care about, right? Maybe you're just looking for something that's good for sound quality, something that's going to be comfortable, something you can just use on the run or going to the gym. In my personal opinion, really good, but I don't know if it's for everybody. The display is pointing in direction where a lot of companies are going to go. Trust me, like Apple and all these companies, at some point, they're going to start putting displays on the AirPods and all the earphones. At the moment, it's just not big enough yet in the market where like it's a staple thing yet. Usually you see like miniature companies start to do that, and then the big ones take it, and then they take it to a whole new level. At the moment, pretty good headphones if you want to get them. I don't see a reason not to. But at the end of the day, that's just my opinion. And what you think, JEDIJA? I'm out.